Hello, Christ Community Church family and friends. I'm Pastor Ken Langley. It is Monday, April 20th, and I'm continuing a series of blogs related to the political dimensions of the COVID-19 situation that we find ourselves in. Last Friday, I called your attention to a text by the Apostle Paul, Romans 13, and today I want to call your attention to a text by the Apostle Peter, who agrees with Paul that the default posture of Christians is one of submission to government authority. Listen to what he says in 1 Peter chapter 2. Submit yourselves for the Lord's sake to every human authority, whether to the king as the supreme authority or to governors who are sent by him to punish those who do wrong and commend those who do right. For it is God's will that by doing good you should silence the talk of ignorant people. Show proper respect to everyone. Honor the king. God wants his people to represent him well by being good citizens, law-abiding citizens. We're not anarchists. We're not scofflaws. Insofar as we can do so without disobeying God, we are, Peter says, to honor the king. Well, does the United States of America have a king? Yes, we do. The Constitution is our king. Every legislator, jurist, and executive swears to uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States, the supreme law of the land, a document that includes these words: Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press, or of the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. That's the first article of the Bill of Rights. And these fundamental, non-negotiable rights cannot be taken away by Congress or any other governmental authority, which makes the COVID-19 policies of some governors troubling. When asked by a reporter how his edict restricting churches and synagogues could be reconciled with the Bill of Rights, New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy replied, "That's above my pay grade. I wasn't thinking about the Bill of Rights when we did this." Excuse me? Above your pay grade? Governor Murphy, you took a solemn oath to uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States. You may recommend that churches and synagogues suspend regular activities and practice social distancing. You can argue that they would be foolish or bad neighbors to continue business as usual, but you do not have the authority to force compliance by an edict. Our king, the Constitution, limits your authority. This is why sheriffs in some states have stated that they will not enforce executive orders by their governors. In Michigan, for example, law enforcement officials issued a public statement resisting Governor Whitmer's arbitrary, heavy-handed exercise of power. Quote, "Each of us took an oath to uphold and defend the Michigan Constitution as well as the United States Constitution and to ensure that your God-given rights are not violated. We believe that we are the last line of defense in protecting your civil liberties." Are these and like-minded sheriffs on solid biblical ground? They may well be. There's a long tradition in the history of the church about a doctrine of the lesser magistrate, which means that when a superior or higher civil authority makes an unjust or immoral law or decree, the lesser, lower-ranking official has both the right and the duty to refuse obedience to that superior authority. In other words, the sheriff honors the king by ignoring the governor. Should churches curtail their meetings? Should we stay away from our friends? Should we all wear masks and avoid handshakes? Was flattening the curve the best response to this unknown virus? Well, these are worthwhile questions that I'm not even trying to answer today. I just want God's people to ask another question that I don't think has been asked seriously or often enough. By what authority? I'll end with two quotes. Once more, Governor Phil Murphy, and then parliamentarian William Pitt of another generation. Governor Murphy, I wasn't thinking about the Bill of Rights when we did this. We looked at all the data and the science, and it says people have to stay away from each other. William Pitt, necessity is the plea for every infringement of human freedom. It is the argument of tyrants. It is the creed of slaves.